All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be getting to the top props in MLB, WNBA, and PGA today. All right, so yesterday was a much better day. The bounce back day occurred. So 5 total slips, 3 of them cashed. Really, luckily, due to a clutch 3-putt by Ricky on 18 there. Kind of unfortunate because I have an outright bet there. But that also helped me take down a showdown GPP as well. His bogey and Wyndham Clark's birdie helped me take down a showdown GPP. So it was tilting, but also nice. Overall 7 units profit. Pretty solid stuff there. And then the question is Matt Olson back? And that's like, he literally went for like 20 fantasy points. And I always mention that. For those of you guys that might be new to the channel, Matt Olson has been frustrating, okay? Because he is someone that seems to always be popping up for over-hitting fantasy score. And now I think he's at about 50%. And he's ruined some really nice slips. So yesterday, I say, don't do this. The data loved Matt Olson. And so I say, we're going to trust the data. In the long term, that's going to pay off. And I left him off the betting slip. I did have a good slip with him. But solid day. Hopefully, we have another good day today. So let's go ahead and start out with the MLB based props today. So we got one MLB prop that's really kind of standing out, about a 54% chance for it to hit. Okay, that is great for over pitcher strikeouts, 2.5 pitcher strikeouts here. What I really like about this one is the fact that he is also projected to get over it by a decent amount. So, kind of projected to get 4 strikeouts. PrizePicks has the line set at 2.5. That is a prop that, over time, if we continue to roll with something like that, it's going to pay off for us. So I do think that's going to be one that we do want to go out and use. And if we just pull it up, like it has been iffy, if you will, we can see the last, 3 games been right around there. 2 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts. So, there is that aspect there. Definitely not going to make you feel warm and fuzzy, but that is a prop that, it's just standing out on paper. We got Nathaniel Lowe as well for hits, runs, RBIs. Okay. PrizePicks has the line set at 1.5. He's projected to get 2.03. So that's a pretty nice little prop line difference that we are getting there. And that prop has about a 53.5% chance that as well. That's looking like a solid prop. And we can see those are going to be 2 of the best props that we are getting. Now, if you want to get like CJ Abrams in there for total bases, projected to get 1, PrizePicks has the line set at 0.5, about a 53% chance for that one to hit. That's also one that seems decent. Maybe Luke Weaver for over 3 runs given up. Not a huge edge there, but those are all decent ones that we are getting. Let's go ahead and look at some of the hitting fantasy score props that we are getting today. All right, so we do have a little bit better of props today, hitting fantasy score wise, in terms of which ones we should be betting the over for. So we got the top one here that Vegas really thinks that this is going to be a good over. And if we look at the over and under values that they're giving them on average for all the props that go into this calculation, really not bad. Minus 132 for the under, but obviously the under at 11.83. That's pretty good. I think we can take that. I would say more times than not, this one's going to hit. And it was kind of interesting. The last couple of slates with the hitting fantasy score prop, we haven't really had that many good ones. I know on Friday, it seemed like we had some good ones. And then throughout the day, it updated, like the Vegas odds update drastically. I'm not exactly sure why that occurred. There was a little bit of a stack in there, so maybe that game just changed. But for the most part, my strategy of we want to see the Vegas line difference be greater than 2 and the projected line difference be greater than 2 for whatever the PrizePicks line is. That is what we have. Okay, so I don't mind that one. We also get Paul Goldschmidt as well, looking like a pretty solid prop bet for the over fantasy score as well. Not too crazy for the Vegas lines as well. Then we have Henderson here as well. Not a terrible one. Not exactly projected to dominate, but not terrible. We got Matt Olson popping up there again. Can we trust him for 2 straight? I guess I didn't really trust him yesterday. I did put him in a slip, but a FOMO slip, if you will. But not terrible. So we do have some good hitting fantasy score props. If you guys want to extend it out to Henderson, you can as well. It's not a terrible one. And we can see basically the Vegas line is saying, we think that this number of 8.5 for a fantasy score prop is right. So that seems to be a decent edge as well. That's more of a shoulder shrug prop bet though. If you guys want to add in another bet that has a decent chance to hit, that'd be the one that you would roll with. So let's go ahead and switch up and get into WNBA props. So I've been measuring the WNBA props. I typically don't like to do that for a specific sport because there's just so many. It's tough, especially for me with, running fantasy golf membership website as well. All the data tools that go into that as well as the props stuff as well. It's tough to find the time to go back individually sport by sport. But I have been doing that with WNBA because it's a new sport for me. Wanted to see the accuracy of it, and it has been the worst sport thus far. It's about 50% hit rate, and that's not including like a free square or something that we got there. That's just, all right, here are the best props. Let's see if they hit. And so looking at it again, like we don't have that many great props. Like we can see Austin might be a decent one for over rebounds. The line is set at 8.5, projected at 10.9. About a 53% chance to hit, not terrible. But that's really like the best one that we are getting. Maybe roll with one of the unders as well. We got Smith for points, projected at 8.7. PrizePicks has the line set at 10.5. You could bet the under there. Look at where we are getting some discrepancies. There's the potential here. I mean, this one looks pretty good for over points. The average Vegas line has it set at 14.5. Okay, PrizePicks has the line set at 10, projected to get 8.9. Like that is looking like a really good prop bet there. Vegas basically has a push right now, so probably one that we want to use there. I mean, that's a big difference. We typically do not get that. And you could also roll with something like this for Smith with rebounds, but we can see the projection is lower, so probably don't want to chase that. But yeah, we are getting a couple of decent props. And then just real quickly, let's see if we are getting any good Vegas or any good prop line differences between Underdog and PrizePicks thus far, and we are not. Okay, so really just that one points one. Now let's go and get into some PGA props. So again, we are getting not as big of edges between Underdog and PrizePicks. We're only getting two where the prop line difference is one, and one in which I feel comfortable betting just because I like to bet in the sense that props either going to cash or not cash. With Ricky, we are kind of getting a valued push. So Underdog thinks that Ricky's going to shoot even par. PrizePicks thinks he's going to shoot over par. Yeah, we don't really know exactly how the course is going to play. We don't. But I would say I kind of expect Underdog to be the better of the two, where even par, especially for those high-end players, those players that are playing well, is going to be the norm. Obviously, the players that are struggling over par. So I would say I would like the unders better for Clark, for Ricky. Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at which golfers are going to be the best showdown plays because I think that was very beneficial to me yesterday in terms of having a good slate. So I'm going to sort by round 4. We're going to go by breakdown. I just want to see the showdown rank. Then we're going to filter this by golfers that are still playing. And yeah, both of them were popping up pretty well there. So yeah, I probably would bet the under there. Now, maybe we could do something like birdie or better, maybe bet the over there. Let's just look at where we are getting the biggest edges. So we got some fairway hit props that are kind of standing out. Tagala for over 7.5 fairways hit. Very interesting there. Not terrible, but we are seeing a lot of big differences. Maybe they're thinking that players are going to struggle a little bit more off the tee. I mean, 7.5 is not a lot. Yeah, probably like that one. We are getting a decent amount of good bets. Like for the Flex Friday, I wish we would have got this plethora of, I should say strong bets. I think that's correct. Just interesting though. And then we got some other decent fairway hit props. Like I almost wouldn't mind tossing out a few of these if you wanted to roll with that. Let's flip it around. And once again, we are seeing, maybe Wyndham Clark understrokes for PrizePicks. Maybe Ricky Fowler understrokes for PrizePicks. Maybe Harris English understrokes for PrizePicks. Birdie or better matchup. I do like, I don't know if I love this one, but Xander Schauffele, he's projected to have a really good round 4. He struggled in round 3. He is someone that typically does bounce back pretty well. Patrick Cantlay did have a dominant day yesterday, birdie wise, so it doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy. I was hoping we'd get a better matchup based prop for Xander, but I think Xander, that's not a terrible pick if you wanted to roll with that. And then that's really it. So let's flip it around Underdog wise. Let's see what we got there. Nothing too crazy. Underdog's much more tight. All right, so here are my favorite bets for the day on PrizePicks. We saw that this is going to be a pretty good prop for pitching strikeout props. Projected almost get 4 strikeouts. Vegas likes it for about a 54% chance to hit. That is something that I really like. Tagala for over fairways hit. 7.5 is just not a lot, especially compared to the event average. Typically speaking, he does get that over. Now, there's not that many fairways to hit, just as an FYI, with there being 3 par 5s. There's only 13, so little over half hitting there. Then we got Ricky Fowler for less than 71 strokes, so that is him shooting even par. I do expect the course to play more difficult, but also Ricky has been one of the best players on the PGA Tour this season and in the world. So I think we're getting this number because maybe PrizePicks thinks the day on the course is going to be more difficult, and also maybe they're thinking he choked. As I have an outright bet on him, and one of my favorite takes from this season was that Ricky Fowler would not only win this season, but he'd be in the final pairing of a major on Sunday. For some reason, that didn't get a lot of love on Twitter, TikTok, and whatnot. I was kind of shocked at that. I'm like, that's a pretty darn bold statement. I mean, I made that before he was even qualified for any majors this season. Then we got Paul Goldschmidt. That's going to be the best hitting fantasy score prop. The other one, the best one that we were getting, that one went away. So I don't know if he's not playing today or whatnot. That one's gone. I would have included the WNBA prop. That was a prop bet that I already made this morning. That game's about to go live, so no point of posting that. And then we got low that I tossed it in there as well. Just projecting it over this 53% chance to hit, decent one. And then I just added in that Henderson one. Kind of thought that was a shoulder shrug one, so we're just going to go ahead and roll with that one as well. This is kind of one of those slips in which I feel like it's going to be a good slip in terms of probably 3 out of 5 are going to hit. 4 out of 6 are going to hit. Just which ones are not going to hit, that's the worry. But that's going to be all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the coverage. If you did, you know what to do. Give that like and subscribe. That helps the channel. Let's have a good slate. And as always, let's keep catching.